So thank you for joining me for my little mini course on weight loss. I'm going to give you a few tips that I have found helpful in my weight loss and mostly my eating well journey, which eating well has translated into weight loss for me. So I wanted to tell you I'm down about 45 pounds from when I had my baby, and about 30 of that I've lost since eating better and trying harder to lose the weight. Weight loss is not easy. In fact, weight loss can be very hard. And a lot of the reason it's hard is because of the mental games we play with ourselves over food and over eating food and the way we feel about it and our relationship with it. And that was definitely my problem. But since I have kind of gone through and worked really hard with trying to change some of those thoughts and things around food, it's been a whole lot easier and a lot more enjoyable. I've kind of been ingrained in weight loss for the last 7-8 years because I've had 4 kids over that time, and each pregnancy has brought weight, as I'm sure it has been with a lot of you. Those babies are awesome, and the children and having them is great, but sometimes the extra pounds is not so great. But I've been focused on this for a long time, and I've done a lot of work with it. In fact, after my 3rd baby, I lost all the weight. I went from 197 to 137. I lost 60 pounds, and I am on that journey right now. So I wanted to share with you a few of the tips that I have learned with weight loss and eating healthy that have helped me in my life. So I took a few notes so that I can remember to tell them all to you. So when you first start, sometimes it will take dramatic changes. Weight loss doesn't happen easy for me. I have to do all the things. I go off of white flour, white sugar, I have to drink more water, and lately I've been having to stop eating at 7 o'clock. That seems like a lot, but when you change your mindset and when you are excited to do it, it's not a lot. It's not too hard. And hopefully some of these tips will help you. And if you find these tips helpful, I think you'll find my hour course that I'm going to do in the near future helpful. That course will be for $10 if you're interested. But your body, when you change eating that way, is going to not like it. It's going to go through withdrawals and tell you all the reasons that you should not be doing this, which can be difficult. That's why my first tip is to celebrate small victories. So when you think about weight loss, it can be discouraging because you have so much you want to lose, but not a lot of... So let me rephrase that. When you think of weight loss, it can be discouraging because you have a lot to lose, and weight loss doesn't happen fast. In fact, this go around with me, I've only lost like a half a pound every week, which is not very much. But when you're in it for the long run, you got to celebrate those small victories because you're going to have a lot of them. So that is my first tip, to celebrate those small victories. Pat yourself on the back when you have a small victory. I'll give you an example of when I had a small victory that I had to celebrate. There's a local restaurant chain called Big Judd's that I really love their French fries. They are so good. They have the thick Idaho potato fry in them, just the right amount of salt, and with the fry sauce, they're killer. They're to die for. They're so good. We went there with my family one time, and I decided that I was not going to have the fries. I was going to be strong. And I did it that time. I didn't eat the fries. I was successful. And that was hard for me. But it was a small victory, and I patted myself on the back and said, "Good job, Jocelyn. You did a hard thing today. That was a small victory. That was only 1 meal. But you did it. You accomplished, and you overcame that challenge of not eating fries once." So as you go throughout this, you're going to have to celebrate those small victories. Pat yourself on the back. I know that might feel weird because we're not used to patting ourselves on the back. We're used to just pushing it away and saying, yeah, so what? I've got 75,000 other meals I have to do that for. But give yourself a pat on the back because that will build your confidence that you are making progress in your goals. My next tip is to drink water before you eat something. Doesn't matter how much, just try to drink water before you eat something. This helps in a lot of ways. Water is healthy for you. Water is good for your body. Water helps clean out toxins. Water doesn't have any calories, and it'll fill up room in your belly so that you'll want to eat less. It'll make you feel more full. And if you drink some water before you eat something, also try to drink it throughout your meal while you eat. That will help you feel full faster without having to eat so much food. So that is another tip, is to drink more water. My third tip is the art of distraction, like I call it. You want to distract yourself when you are wanting something that you're not supposed to have or you don't want to have. So one of the best ways to distract yourself is with a project, some organizing thing that you've been wanting to work on, or spending a little bit of time on a child that needs a little bit more time. Distract yourself from wanting this food. You'll find that if you get a drink and if you go distract yourself, get yourself busy, you'll forget about how much you wanted that thing or how much you needed that midday snack. My other encouragement is to not distract yourself with social media. For me, and I'm sure a lot of us, social media can be a place where we compare. And distracting yourself on there is probably not going to be useful in reaching this goal. So if you can distract yourself with something else, like a project or organizing your junk drawer is something that I like to do that can get messy fairly fast. But it's something that you can quickly distract yourself with that will help you have another small victory that you'll get to celebrate. See, all these work together. I'm here for you. My last tip is to find alternatives to your cravings. So I've got a bad sweet tooth. I love baked goods. I love all the baked goods. I love breads, I love cakes, I love cookies, I love, you name it. If it's a baked good, I have got a sweet tooth for it. All of it is so good. And what I had to do is I had to find alternatives for those things so I didn't go completely crazy. Because those first days and first weeks are really hard where your body is getting used to the new way you're treating it, the new way you're taking care of it. But find some alternatives. So I found some paleo desserts that were sweet enough that they filled my sweet tooth. I got to where I ate something a little sweet after every meal. It wasn't sweet in the sense of sugar, but it was sweet in the sense that it filled my sweet tooth desire. A lot of those recipes are made with honey and maple syrup. I also found a store-bought treat called Lara Bars. I don't know if you've heard of Lara Bars, but you might want to buy you a few boxes when you're first starting your lifestyle change. They will help fill that sweet craving, or they did for me anyways, and they don't have any sugar or flour. Another tip, along with finding alternatives, is to use gum. Chew gum. When you get to where you want a snack, chew gum. That will give flavor in your mouth first, and second, it will help you not want to mess up your gum. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, I want to eat that, but I don't want to mess up my gum or have to spit it out. It's fairly new. So chew that gum. That will help when you need a mid-afternoon snack. Just pop a piece of gum in your mouth. Lately, I've been chewing it a lot in the evening so that I don't snack in the evening, mindlessly snack, when I don't really need to anyways. There also is something called a cake-flavored gum that I have found at Target. And this is actually a good way to get some good sweet flavor in your mouth, but not to where you have to eat something sweet. So that's a tip as well, along with finding alternatives to your cravings. I hope those tips were useful to you, and if you did find them useful, join me for my class. I'm going to do, I think it'll be live. I think I'll do a live hour class on some of my weight loss journeys and further tips on how I train my brain so it's not so miserable, so I don't hate it when I go places or when I'm out, so that it's been a positive experience. If you want to join me for that class, that will be $10. You'll just message me and we can do Venmo, or I'm trying to get PayPal, or I might even have a card reader set up. Anyways, I'm still working out the details on the payment, but that's an option if you found these tips useful. Anyways, good luck in your weight loss journey. I'm here cheering you on. You got this.